Hey traders, Shane from Global Market Trader. A quick update and a walkthrough of the charts for the Renko. What we're looking for is our first trade on the 13th of September. Now price gaps up and we're looking for a T3 trade. So what is a T3? A T3 trade is where we see a double top, double bottom, head and shoulders, some type of level of support and resistance. We need to see the market either overbought or oversold, and we need to see divergence on our MACD. So basically, we've coded the MACD into into these indicators, so you don't actually need the MACD in MACD on your chart. Although I've put it on there just so we can see exactly what's happening. But as I said, we can get rid of that, and it's much cleaner and it looks very easy to trade after that. But let's have a quick look. So we've got price making a run up, but we haven't got that reflected in our MACD. We've got a bit of divergence here, so you can see here price is making higher, our MACD is coming off, so we've got divergence in price and the MACD, so that sets up our divergence sell. Now we have got the market overbought, and we've also got that level of resistance there, and we're looking for a short setup, and the short sets up at 62.75. You can either have a profit objective or a target objective of 15 or 20 points. I typically use the trail because we're looking to capture those larger moves and let price take us out. So we're going to let price take us out on the T3. So as I mentioned, this is a T3 setup. All three indicators have lined up, and we get taken out at 62.59 for plus 16. So our second trade here sets up a potential long, but there's no setup here for us. We don't have a T3, we don't have all three setting up. You can see we don't have the divergence there, so no trade set up there. But we pick it up here, you can see the yellow dot flags divergence. So that's what we're after. We're after price diverging, and we get a potential buy there. So our buy sets up, and we'll mark that on the chart at 63. So buy at 62.63. Our stop is a previous low, which is sitting out there at 62.52, and you can see that price pushes up and then fades and comes back down and takes us out for a negative 11 points. So first trade plus 16, second negative 11. But what we've got here is we've got what we call a breakdown reversal. So if our reversal fails, we look to go either long or short, depending on whether it's a reversal long or short. Now the reversal breakdown trade, or the RB trade, has to break the low by a point, and then we're looking for the breakout. Now that is also a fixed target, so we don't use the trail on that. So we're looking for a fixed target. I typically go for 15 points. You can go for 20, but you can see there it travels 14 points and that's it. So we get taken out on that trade at the new setup, which is a T3 buy, so 62.43, and the short was a sell at 48, so you're plus 5 on that. That's trade number 3, and here we have a T3 buy. Now there are two ways you can trade the T3s. You can take an aggressive entry or the conservative. The conservative is just the trade print on the screen there, which is there at 62.43. The aggressive trade is a close above the 9-period EMA, so there it is there at 62.39. So up to you how you take the trade, but basically that's the buy setup. We've got all three of our indicators lining up, and that trade takes us out there on the trailing stop. Remember, we're going for a trailing stop at 57, so that's plus 14 on the first trade on the conservative. But then we get a re-entry long. So once we've had a trade go 20 points in our favour, we look for a re-entry long, and a re-entry long means that it needs to close back below that EMA and then back above by 2 bricks clear, a 2 brick close above. Now what it also needs to do on a re-entry is we need to see the trade not trigger into a standard setup. So if it's this is just flagging the cross trade, so that's a standard cross, so that doesn't count as a trade that would knock us out of a re-entry. A T3, T2, T1, an RB trade, they would all knock us out, but the re-entry long we can take. So that second trade gets us long at 65, and then you get stopped out on the cross short there at 62.83 for plus 18. So that's it. There's no trade here. We're now at 11:25, and we're coming into lunch. There's no trade set up here at all, and we don't trade the lunch hour. So let's review how the session went. Now we only traded. We've just been tracking this in the room. We're actually going to be tracking it in the room every single day moving forward until we actually release the system. So we'll be taking you through the setups daily, 2 sessions a day, the Euro and US. We may not trade the entire session for the European session, but we'll trade a good portion of it, at least an hour and a half. So let's traders. So let's review our Euro session. Plus 16 on the first trade. The second was the buy setup, which knocked us out at a negative 11. Third trade was a breakdown trade for plus 5. Trade 4 was our T3 setup at plus 14. Then we had the re-entry at 18. Gives us a total of 42. So remember that our weekly profit objective for the DAX Euro session is plus 50. So we're well on our way for the week, and it's only Monday. So we'll keep that weekly objective up there on our charts. It's 50 points. We're at 42 at the moment. So we're well on our way, and it's just Monday. So let's trade it. So just to wrap it up, the weekly objective for the Euro session is plus 50 points. So we're looking to make basically for the month 200 points per session. So Monday's Euro session delivered 42, and we'll just see how we go for Tuesday. So we're well on our way there. We might actually get a little bit of a buffer as we go through the week. So thanks for your time, everybody. Have a great trading day, and look forward to catching you on the next update. Cheers.